Hi everyone, my name's Gemma and I'm the owner of Gemma Redmond Vintage, and I'm back after a break in France for a 2-week holiday to share some new additions to my online shop with you. As I mention every week, these pieces will be being gradually added to my website soon, but if there's anything you'd like to find out more about prior to them going live, please do get in touch, and you're welcome to make a purchase as well if you would like to do so too. So I have 8 pieces to share with you today, and the selection of pieces I have, some of them I acquired on my travels in France. I was able to do a little bit of sourcing for the shop while I was out there, which was very exciting and really worthwhile. I had a lovely time. I was also able to do a bit of relaxing too. We went to Dijon, Paris, Lyon and the Alsace. It was really lovely. I should also mention before I get started that I think I'm starting with a bit of a cold or a cough, so if my voice is a little bit husky, that's why. It serves me right for going on holiday. So 8 pieces to share, and we're ranging in date from the Art Deco era through to the 1960s, 1970s up to the 1990s, so quite a broad spectrum today. And we've got lots of blacks, reds, dual colours, some really interesting pieces. So let's get started. As always, I'll begin with what I'm wearing, and I'll begin first of all with these really wonderful statement earrings, all in black. They're very elegant, but also quite impactful too. The reason for their elegance is because they are by Giorgio Armani. They date from the 1990s and were created by the Italian fashion house during this period. Sadly, Giorgio Armani recently passed away. I actually purchased these earrings before he passed away, and at the age of 91, I think he was really known, will sort of be remembered for his fabulous designs, really sort of easy elegance, and very easy glamour as well, really, if you like. Very stylish work, and these earrings are a great example of that. They're actually constructed from a resin, so although they're very large, they're very light to wear. And the resin is moulded at the top here with a floral design, and then we've got these lovely resin pendants here beneath these beads, which resemble French jet or black glass. So I'll take them off so you can have a closer look at them. They are clip-on. And they really are beautiful, how the beads are faceted, they catch the light nicely, and because they're all one colour as well, they're great for dressing up or dressing down. The clips are signed just behind the clip here on the reverse of both earrings. Yes, they're a really good example of Giorgio Armani's timeless elegance. Next, let's move on to the necklace that I'm wearing. This piece is a really, again, a great piece for wearing with blacks, for layering with other necklaces, and it can be worn for day or evening, really. It's almost flapper in style, however it is a little bit difficult to date. I would say this piece is 1930s to 1950s. The reason for this being is that it has a barrel clasp at the back, which is more often seen sort of on 30s to 50s necklaces, and also the French jet or black glass beads are quite chunky, which we more often see in 1950s necklaces. So I'm going with 1930s to 1950s for my dating of this piece. It's really great because it has these beads which are assembled from lots of other red glass beads along its length. They're woven together to create these large chunky beads. I'll take it off so you can get a closer look. It has a clasp, but it doesn't need it because it can be popped over the head. But if you can see, the red beads along the length of this necklace are assembled from these red glass juicy garnet coloured beads. I sourced this in France, and yes, I believe it is French in origin. Let's move on now to this fabulous bracelet that I'm wearing, which I also sourced in France, and I believe is French in origin too. It's a wonderful example of 1930s celluloid, and it has great structure to it and shape. It's almost got these diamond-like carved panels in it, which give it a lot of 3D depth to it. It's detailed with colourless rhinestones and ruby red rhinestones, and some gilding, has some gilding on it as well. Really evocative of the period in this rich black and red that we see so often in the Art Deco era, which is another reason why I was inclined to say that the necklace was 1930s that I just showed you could possibly be 50s. This is Art Deco, it's from the 1930s and is in lovely condition as well. You can see how it's been shaped, how it's been moulded around the outside here. Another piece sourced in France is this fabulous ring. This ring dates from the 1960s, it's gold plated and features this fabulous snake motif. His body is detailed with it's etched, so it has a lot of texture to it, and the top of his head is picked out in a red enamel. It makes a real statement, as you can see, and it's also adjustable in size. The band can be compressed or expanded to fit on many sizes of finger too. There you go. I'll just take that off. And now I'll move on to another pair of earrings. These earrings are wonderful, and they're a great example of the work of the glass work of Maison Rousselet, Louis Rousselet, and they were produced in collaboration with the French designer Madeleine Rivière. So the glass pieces and the faux pearls, which you see suspended amongst these red glass moulded petals, were created by Rousselet, and the design was for Madeleine Rivière. I've had a couple of pieces by Louis Rousselet for Madeleine Rivière in previous months this year, and I was able to find a few more pieces made by Rousselet for Madeleine Rivière in France. These are great. They're gilded metal. And then we've got these lovely red glass cabochons and these fabulous moulded red glass flowers suspended beneath in a tassel-like design. They are clip-ons. So I'll just pop them in for you. I think I might have mentioned, I can't remember, these date from the 1950s, and with being in red, they're a great sort of pop of colour. As I'm sure you'll agree. The gilding on one earring is slightly darker than another due to aging, as will happen with vintage pieces, but they're nonetheless a great example of the work of Rousselet for Rivière. Next, let's move on to this wonderful brooch. I'm not sure if you can tell in the light here, but yes, you can see it, that this brooch depicts a bird's head, perhaps an eagle's face or some sort of bird of prey. It's constructed from a type of resin developed sort of from the 30s, I think, onwards, known as Talasel. And it's detailed with coloured mirrors in shades of blue, yellow and red. It was constructed and designed by a designer called Irina Jaworska, and she produced pieces in the 1950s and 1960s in France, and she was a member of the school of Line Vautrin, and Line Vautrin was known as the poetess of metal. She was a fabulous designer of interior items and jewellery, and she was particularly known for her mirrors. And Line Vautrin was a real pioneer of creating real modernist, edgy jewellery, and Irina was one of her followers, a part of her school, and her designs were really inspired by the ideas and work of Line Vautrin, which included using Talasel, this very unusual plastic. On the reverse, it bears her signature and has a lovely fastening clasp too. It's really fabulous. First of all, it looks quite abstract, and then on closer inspection you can see that it's a bird. It's really beautifully constructed and a really great example of the work of this designer. Next, let's move on to another necklace. I'll take these off so I don't knock them off with this piece. Again, sourced in France, this fabulous Limoges enamel pendant necklace. We've got 3 copper panels detailed with enamels and poured glass in the style of Limoges designers in France, as typical of the style of Limoges designers in France, and it's in a pendant form with tassels beneath it. It's 1960s. I can't remember if I mentioned or not, so it's got a bit more length to it. As you can see, it's really stylish, colourful, bold, a great piece. Finally, another pair of earrings, again sourced in France. These are, they have a 1940s look, but I feel that they are more 1970s in date. These are gold-plated metal with detailed with stars, and at the centre of each star is a lovely ruby rhinestone. They are clip-ons, and I'll just pop them in so you get an idea of how they look. There we go. Very classic. You could wear these anywhere and everywhere, but the red in them is a really nice pop of colour, and they're a great shape too. Okay, that's my selection of pieces. I had to hurry up a little bit towards the end. I spent too much time telling you about my holiday. Anyway, let's recap. We have these fabulous 1970s ruby rhinestone and gold plate earrings, this Limoges 1960s pendant necklace, so stylish. This 1960s Irina Jaworska mirror and Talasel brooch. These Madeleine Rivière Louis Rousselet earrings from the 1950s, a 1960s coiled snake ring, a 1930s celluloid and rhinestone bangle, a 1930s to 1950s red and black glass necklace, and these fabulous Giorgio Armani black celluloid statement earrings. Thanks so much for joining me again. It's good to be back and share with you some more jewellery from my travels. Further pieces from France will be coming up soon, right through until the Christmas period. So take care, and I'll see you all again next week. Bye bye.